Peace.
Peace.
This is Joshua Miller Law, Mr. PhD. You're just now entering the cipher called Real2reel360. KYs.
Peace, God.
Bring that beat in, kid.
Indeed.
Peace.
Yeah. What's going on, party people? Welcome to the Real2reel360 show. Let's get it in. We do the knowledge of wisdom so you can understand. Real2reel360 shows in full command. We changing the game for how it always taught. From bondage to freedom to an independent thought. Yo, the show is here to bring about a change for real. To lighten everyone so we all know the deal. 360 degrees is a fact. We created the show to give our love back to our communities so we can know what's going on and give them the support from knowledge to born. So if you're ready to learn, then it's time to go. Sit back and relax and enjoy your show.
Peace.
Peace.
This is Joshua.
Peace in the name of Allah, to Allah's mighty 5% nation of God's nurse, to all the human families on the planet Earth. We bid you a love, peace, and happiness. High salute. I am KY's Allah, a.k.a. Kato, the Black Superhero. Welcome to the Real2reel360 show. Well, I guess it's time. That's all I'm about to say. Things go down like it's going to go down, and I'm all for it. My ears is open, and I'm going to see if my mouth can contain myself. But we're going to get it in. All right, so let's bring on my co-host with the most so we can bring this beautiful guest on right now. Y'all know who he is. He needs no introduction. Bring on my B.I.G., y'all.
Am I the meanest?
Sure enough.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this time?
Sure enough.
But who am I?
Joshua Miller Law.
Who am I?
Joshua Miller Law.
I can't hear you.
Joshua Miller Law, Mr. PhD.
Peace, God.
Peace.
Before we
Peace,
get
Allah.
started, take a look at the board and look at the Real section.
What happened?
You see the no sign up there? It's on the Facebook one. Look, take a look.
Okay. All right.
All right.
I don't know nothing about that. Peace, Lynn, our sister. Hey, peace to all our followers, likers, and subscribers. Make sure that you tune in. Tell a friend that Real2reel360 is on Sunday today, and we're going to keep it real. 100% keep it a buck all day long, right? This young lady here is a very intriguing young lady. She's a comedian. She's an actress. She's mom, Beyonce. They say she looked like Andrecia Beyonce. All these different says they say that she does. So, but we're going to keep it a buck today. It's going to be straight up and down 100% adults. So make sure that you have the children away from the screen today because it's finna go down. Ladies and gentlemen, please get your hands together for Andrecia.
Once again, good afternoon. Good evening.
Hi.
Good evening. Let's get this party started right here off the muscle. I gave you a little small intro, but could you tell all the followers, likers, and subscribers who Andrecia is?
Okay, so I am a creator of all. I am someone who is a free-spirited. As they said, I'm an actress, comedian, I'm a mother, fiance. I'm also a business owner. It's called Bang by Andrecia. I have my own makeup and skincare. That's what's in the background over there. But yes, big entrepreneur. So no hold bars with me. I don't hold my tongue. I speak what's on my mind, and I don't really care what others think. So
And that's what got me the most. Yes, another female in the house, my sister Lynn. Thank you very much. That's our sister that's checked in, that's chimed in. And it's funny because I found you through my sister Lynn, because my sister Lynn likes this type of content.
hi,
Okay.
Lynn.
And want to shout out, say peace to my sister. Love you. Love my nieces and nephews and my brother.
Absolutely.
Now, let's get into it. It was the very first Instagram skit or live that I saw you. The content was threesomes, right? Back in the days, we used to call them running trains. Now they call them threesomes. What was the whole spin about the threesomes, and how did you get into discussing adult content like this?
Well, I feel like, well, when it comes to discussing the adult content, for one, we all got here through sex. So,
Right.
I would think as we're older and our big ages that it should be a common, topic. I like to tell stories about things that I've been through as a child. So, and that's how I even got into comedy, is just going through life experiences and making them comical.
Mhm.
So when I was growing up, two guys having sex with one girl, that was a train,
Right.
and more than that was a gangbang.
Right.
I guess I guess people want to put their own spin on it and be like, no, especially the women who've had trains. And no, that's a threesome. So my first train happened in seventh grade. People always say your father has nothing to do with it, but parents not being in their children's life have different effects on different people. Mine's, I wanted the love. So I
Mhm.
always turned towards whatever gave me love. And boys was the one who gave me love through sex. So
Mhm.
lost my virginity kind of early, 11, 12, 12, 12. And it's just, sex is something that I'm good at talking about, I'm good at doing. And it's just like, let me stick in my lane. I'm comfortable with my sexuality, who I am. So why
Mhm.
not just talk about it?
Mhm.
We're adults.
We're adults. So, what was the response for that episode? Outside of myself sitting there because I was blown away. Of the topic of threesomes and trains and things of that
It was,
nature.
to me, it was 50-50. A lot of people said that threesomes were two girls and a guy, and trains were two guys and two guys and a girl. And a lot of people switched it up. It's like, no, that's threesomes. It has to be three or more. Like, I've never seen a train that's with two carts. Me personally, I have seen a train that's with two carts and that's it. So it was a 50-50 response. I don't really get into the negative comments of people talking,
Mhm.
because you have to allow people to have their own opinions and have a stronger mindset to not bend and fold for other people's, comments.
Of course. Now there was another episode that you had, and it was discussing pegging, right? Like, oh yes, I've been watching because I needed some content to talk about. Um, First of all, what is pegging?
So pegging is the non pegging is the non-gay form, because you're not having a man, can we cuss up here?
Very, very, very. We try not to, but we do.
Okay, well, I won't cuss. I respect that. It's the non-gay form of a woman having sexual intercourse with a man in his rectum. You know, some men, like that. So she's using she's using a dildo, because there's really nothing else you can use. But either she has it strapped on, or she's just using it with her hand. But it's a man getting pleasure in his rectum by a woman.
Now, if a man is getting pleasured in his rectum, isn't that a homosexual act, whether it's a dildo or if it's a penis?
I mean, to each his own. Me personally, if a man gets anything in his behind, I personally feel like if he let a woman do it, he would let a man do it.
Right.
Some men are just so open with their sexuality that they never think about other men doing, but they like that feeling. So I guess it's just who's asking me. I just think that you would be open to let the man or a transsexual give it to you if you allow a woman to do it.
Now, have you ever pegged an individual?
No, I have not had that experience, and I won't do it unless I'm into dominatrix too. So if I have somebody pay me a large amount of money to perform that, yeah, I sure will. These kids got to have college funds, so I would. But just me, no.
Okay. Now, that's interesting. That's um as adults, we talk about a lot of times we have conversations, these type of conversations, not the pegging conversation, but the conversations with individuals about sexuality. I know guys have it with guys, ladies have it with ladies, individuals have it with their significant others, right? What is the hello, Daryl? How you doing, brother? What is the off-topic or off-limit conversations that you think that majority of us have? Like, that are not, I mean, some of the conversation that is not being had that we need to have?
I really feel like that would be homosexuality, because you have some men that I know personally that's had kids with other women because they didn't know how to come out and say, I like men, I don't really want a woman. So they did everything that it took to show that it wasn't, gay, and end up being gay. And, with men want to have threesomes, they don't want to leave their cheat on their wives or their girlfriends, but they don't know how to have that open conversation. And not just men, women want to have sex with other men too. And they don't know how to be open and like, hey, babe, you bring somebody into the bedroom, or let's have an open relationship. So I think those are the most difficult conversations. Or some men like they ass licked. I've licked ass before. Some men in real life, but they don't know how to come to a woman and say, hey, you want to lick my
ass? Okay, now the door of the church is open on Sunday. We done got to the point where there's some ass licking done been brought to the table. What is it about that turns people on? Because I've never had that experience. So
Well, me personally, I can't speak with somebody else. Everybody's different. For me personally, it's the domination of a man. Like, to know that I literally have him by the balls. Like,
Don't hold your head down. Don't hold your head
worship
down.
me.
You
I'm
wanted
the queen.
this.
Worship me. Like, it's a dominant feeling for me. Like, some girls get wet through giving guys head. I get wet doing that.
So
I like to dominate.
So you prefer to eat a man's ass?
Not that's not like, it's not with every man, because I've been with, I date. I don't have a preference on type of dudes I used to date. So I date big dudes, small dudes. It's just I like booty, so it has to be a nice ass. It has to look a certain type of way. It's but yes, I would do that, and I have to be in a relationship, and it had to be fresh out the shower. Some girls do it fresh off work. No ma'am, no sir, out the shower. I have to literally see that. I had one guy, I actually washed him myself just to make sure he was clean. That was my ex-fiance, but I've been engaged a couple times. But yeah, out the shower, I would wash him.
You wanted to make sure you ain't getting no crusty rusties.
Right.
No chocolate.
That is exactly.
Absolutely. Okay.
Okay, now, how do you bring that to the table? Like, do you sit there over dinner and go, yo, babe, you like your ass ate? Or like, how do you bring that to the table? Or do you just surprise them with the tongue in their ass?
No. You can't surprise. I need you to wash extra good. I'm honest. I mean, I'm honest and I'm open. So I literally, like you just said, I asked it like, oh, so you bet your ass ate. I asked the question first. Most men be like, hell no, and me personally, I'd be like, well, I'm gonna do it to you. Like, my first guy I did it to was this guy I was engaged to with 4 years, and it took me a year to do it. I asked him once a month, maybe a couple times a month, and a year later he finally said yes. Actually, I videotaped me doing it. I found that video the other day. I'm wild now. So
I see. I see.
Now, I ain't no shame in my game. I'm an adult and I like freaky shit. Excuse my language, freaky stuff.
I understand. You good? You good now? The door's open. The door's open. How did you get into that? You know what I mean? Eating ass. Like what was it about that said, okay, yeah, I'm gonna do that?
You know what? I'm still trying to figure that out, because I never forget being 22 and I had a girlfriend who always told me she did not. Be like, ew, you was so nasty. Ain't nobody doing that. And it was just like, I was just sitting there trying new things. I'm always trying to spice up a relationship. Like, things can get boring really quick, on time, missionary dog style, boring. So I was like, what can I do to, it was never really about him. It was more for a sexual pleasure for me. And it was just like, I thought about it. I'm just like, but ew. And matter of fact, after I had came out in public and said that's what I did, she was like, look at you eating ass and shit, but you used to talk about me. I said, look how the tables have turned. So it was just, I don't know, it was just out the blue. I was 28.
So have you ever been involved in like swingers relationships and things like that?
Not in the relation. Like, I've had couples that wanted me to be in a relationship, but I wouldn't. But have I done couples? Yes.
When did you start being exploring your sexual how can I say it? Just exploring your sexuality, like being free with yourself and who and that nature.
Well, probably it was more so. Nah, I'm not gonna lie. It was probably like my early 20s, maybe like 23, 22. No, maybe 21.
Okay.
Going backwards, more backwards, like 21.
Mhm. Okay.
It was a foursome that happened. It was me and this guy I was dating at the time, and his brother and my homegirl. And so, when I was younger, I was really keen on my grandma telling you married or you single. So my mom, yeah, we together, but I'm single. So when he allowed his brother to switch, like, okay, cool. And my mom's okay, well, you think I'm just some jump off, so I'm gonna do your brother. And then we all like kind of like parlayed in that. That's how that even first happened with the whole switching and couples and stuff came about, really. But
So you was comfortable enough to have intercourse with someone else in the room, and the guy you was with switched with his brother. So
yeah,
he engaged with her, and he engaged with you.
exactly. Then he ended up trying to fight him. His brother ended up fighting with me and his brother separated and went into another room, and they ended up getting fighting. I kid you not, like, I put this on my kids. This is exactly what I said. I said, y'all don't need to be fighting. I just had to be where I said, I'm just some B. Y'all need to be fighting over me. Y'all are brothers. Like, cause I'm really big on family. I'm like, it's supposed to be fun. Like, I'm nobody that y'all need to, I'm not your wife. You let me switch to your brother. So in my mind, I'm not even your girl. Cause I learned
Right.
that back earlier, like in my middle school years with the whole threesome, like, the whole train situation happened. So I'm just like, y'all don't need to be doing this at my house. Y'all got to go. I remember the cops being called from my next door neighbors, like they was in there fighting, and that turned me off. And I don't think I didn't talk to him for years, like, cause it's just you would fight something you allowed you would fight your brother for, and I'm nobody.
Wow, that's
So,
interesting. I'm gonna come back to that and put a pin to that. Right. What was it about being in a threesome at a young age? Because you talk about being a child and experiencing what we used to call a train, but
did
they
you?
call a threesome. Yeah, yeah. How did that come about? Whereas by Lady Boss, the day is definitely. Oh yeah, I'm gonna come back to that, Born. Today's definitely an adult conversation today. Today is definitely not about Southern Soul. It's not about music. It's about being honest as adults.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what
That
was it about that? Like, because sometimes a lot of times we don't never talk about this as a community. People frown on it, but these are the things that actually happen. So, at a young age, you had a threesome.
yes, I had a threesome train. It was a guy I was dating, and
Hmm.
I was really into him. Like, and I told you I had daddy issues, like really bad. Now on top of daddy issues, I felt like my mom really didn't love me either. So I had both parents not loving me. So I just wanted love from anybody. And I always liked boys. And
Hmm.
I remember him coming to me, and we were somebody I was really into, and he was like, well, I never forget these words. He said, well, if you really love me and care about me, you'll have sex with my friend too. And I remember saying, like, no, why would I do that? If I love you, I want to be with you. He like, but it's my best friend. They were best friends. He was like, my best friend though. And I'm like, well, okay. And I remember doing it. I remember even being in the moment, me not being happy, me not being satisfied, me being disgusted. Because for a very long time, even at my big age, I didn't like giving head. My fiance now is the most I've ever gave head to any man in my life. So to have a penis in my mouth and wanting me, it's just at a young age, I just wasn't, because I wasn't into the other guy. I was just like, yeah. So the rest of my life, I've never did that ever again in my life. But that very moment, it was just more so, well, if you love me, you'll do this for me. And I'm just like, well, okay, we've all been gullible. It didn't take me twice. That's why I know with the brother situation, you don't really, if you allow me to mess with your brother, you don't really care for me. And this is going to be it. So that's how that
Now,
came.
now with that, it's interesting that you say that because of when individuals embark on threesomes, trains, or anything of that nature, they never think about the feelings that the young lady is going through or how she's been manipulated in a situation to give herself. What is the feeling, or how did you feel as a young lady going through that, and after it was all done?
It was more so I felt stupid because I started thinking to myself like he don't care about me. But then me and his best friend ended up getting together, and so it was kind of like an ad hat. It was like he don't really care about me. Forget it. Did his friends start calling me and texting me and wanting to see me, and he was just the sweetest person. Of course, I'm young and gullible, and it never happened again. But me and his friends start dating, so it caused friction between them.
Mm-hmm.
I remember just feeling stupid, like wow. But I already did it, so I might as well be with the other boy now.
Mm-hmm. Right. Now, let's get into some other things, because I got to go back to that foursome. You had spoke about having anal sex. What was that experience like for you?
Whoa.
And the very first experience.
Yeah, I know you was talking about that. Let me say y'all. Okay, so again, mommy daddy issues. I was 11. I never forget I was 11. I was trying to lose my virginity. And at that point in time, the man's penis was too big to go in. So he had the bright idea, let me do it in your butt. I'm young. I'm just like, okay, it's another hole. I heard about, and mind y'all, I've been knowing about sex since I was 5. Not that my
Uh,
mama introduced me. It's like I was a porn star in my last life. I don't know. But I was like, okay, well, white girls do it all the time, so it must not hurt. So when he's doing it, he just slided it in. It's okay. I'm just like, I'm bent over and I'm just like, okay. And then it's this dude we always had people in the house that bust in the room and he jumped on the dude. So it went from sliding in to boom, right up there. And I remember I jumped. And I'm so young and immature that I'm still sucking my thumb. So I remember jumping and screaming like, and just crying and sucking my thumb like that. That had me like traumatized for forever until I became an adult. And
mhm.
like, cause it's this memory, everybody's laughing and stuff. And I'm just like, it's not funny. And I'm crying, I'm sucking my thumb. But he did eventually, after he finished laughing, ask, was I okay? I'm so
Mhm.
sorry, that. But yeah, at 11. So
Oh,
people got fathers be parents to your kids. You never know what effect you have on these children.
right. Make sure that you're in your daughter's life, fathers. Now, how did you overcome the issues with your parents, and what was the way that you was able to cope outside of using sex?
Mm. One thing my mom, I always say, my grandmother, when mom gave me, my grandmother was instilled was God. I have a lot of praying, and not just praying, God sending different people into my life. Me and my dad didn't really establish a great relationship that we have now until 2018. So I'm already, in my turn of 30 that year, and we're
Mhm.
finally getting to be close like this. Me and my mom are now still working on a relationship as of July 26th. My grandmother just passed. So, it came in. And before then, it's been on and off. But I think now I chose to forgive and put it to the side. But outside of that, counseling, like therapy, like I've been in therapy in all different parts of my life, whether I was talking to somebody or having a friend that ministered to me, or there's different things. But therapy and prayer is really how I've gotten through it, because I've had a lot of identity crisis of who I am, who I'm supposed to be, how people view me, and and it's like if so much is already written, you can either accept it or allow it to get to you. Become your story or overcome your story. I'm an overcomer, so
Mhm.
that's
Now,
how.
with that, that's a blessing to be able to go through and recognize when you're going through things, how to find some healing restoration, right? And when it comes down to, when did you really take command of your sexuality and understand that you was in control of your experiences and what you wanted and how you wanted to do it?
Probably not until like 27. Because in my early 20s, I was still trying to figure out what it is that I wanted. What did I want to do? Did I want to be with a girl? Did I want to be with a guy? Like I dated both. I've always, when I tried dating women, I would cheat on them with a man, because it's something about a man I just love. Like women can't replace that. To each his own, but for me, women can't replace what a natural man is supposed to do for you.
Mhm.
And It's about 27. And I'm just like, yeah, but I was still like dibbling and dabbling. I realized that I didn't like girls as much. I just more like, so the sexual intercourses with them, not the relationship with them. And then it's like, I don't even want the sexual intercourse with them anymore. It's just, hey,
Now,
we're friends.
now with the female, were you the femme or the dom?
The film, I only dated girly girls. I mean, there's a point of defeating you and a girl and look like a dude. I just, that won't for me.
Oh, so you didn't like the studs?
Nah. I think that coochie sneak. I'm so childish. I've had a couple of them, you know what I'm saying, but it was more STEM, and they didn't sting. But in my mind, it's like, oh, girl, you could just sting now.
I would like to ask if you could describe your more direct meaning as far as for daddy issues, which you know to describe what daddy issues are, so some people can have a better understanding and just coming from your point of view about the daddy issues.
Right. Okay. So, like, my personal daddy issues were like my mom never stopped my dad from being a father. He just would tell me he would come. He was coming. He wouldn't come. He wouldn't answer calls. He would say he'd call me back. Points of times I didn't hear from him. He would be around other children, you know, and with other women and their kids. And it's like I didn't exist. I mean, one point in time in high school, we moved down the street from my grandmother's house. So he would go, you know, see my grandmother and wouldn't drive 8 minutes down the street to see me. He really, you know, it was just no, he tried to be assertive in places that he couldn't be assertive because it's like, where were you the rest of my life? And like when I got pregnant at 17, it was like, oh, you need to have an abortion, you know, you have the rest of your life ahead of you. But just when I failed one class, you know, and I need to, you know, to that class to pass the summer school to be a full senior, you told my mom to let me fail because you didn't want to pay for the class. So it was like things like that, the psychological, when I was going through with my mom a lot, I was the daddy's girl no matter what. My parents did start being married. And it was like it was in and out. It's a pop in, pop out, pop in, pop out. And then you see that and then you hear a mother saying, your daddy ain't ish. He don't care about you. You want also running your daddy. Your daddy won't even pick up the phone for you. Your daddy called me more than he called you. Like stuff like the psychological really mess with me. And then you tell a child that and she gets older and she gets to view and see that what mom is saying is right, it hurt 10 times worse. Because now I'm not getting love from my mom, but I'm definitely not getting it from my dad. And that was my hero, you know, that was, and you know, you would say, why, but that was me. That's my twin. That's who I always wanted to be around. And I realized when I got in high school that I was kidding myself. Like, why should I have to force and want to love a man who don't love me? So that was my personal daddy issues. And the moment he apologized, and it took him a long time to really sit back. And I always tell my stepmother she's the reason that my dad is in my life. I feel like she's the reason because he wasn't, you know, mature enough. I don't feel like to be there for me. And he had a little, I have a little brother. He had my little brother. So I'm thinking now I'm younger and I'm thinking you're doing everything for my brother. You're there for him. As my brother got older, he tells me, he said, hey, I know you thought dad was for me, there for me, but he won't there for me either.
Right.
So
Right.
that, you know, me and him both grew up with daddy issues, you know. But my dad, you know, I always thought held him to a higher standard. I always feel like he's a good man. He's been through a lot himself. And when he apologized sincerely, it's just like all the hurt and pain went away. I forgave him and I became that little girl was healed just offering a genuine apology.
Mhm.
So
Okay, now the situation with your mom, do you feel like she put you in a position where there was competition for his love? Was making statements like he calls me more than you, he speaks to me more than you, and because you're a child, that shouldn't be a conversation had, you know what I'm saying, with a child, regardless of whatever the case may be.
no, it wasn't competition because he didn't want her either. It was more so my mama always treated me different. It's three girls. And I always tell people, they said, describe your life. I would say I'm Cinderella, but that was my real mom and my real two sisters. And she's always treated me differently. Like, you know, it's one thing when you feel your mom treat you different, nobody else see that. But when your other sisters say, Mom, you treated her completely different. Like it's like you almost hated her. That conversation has to be had. So it wasn't like a competition. My mom she did anything then to hurt me. and I've recently told her this, like, I explained to her when the day my grandmother passed, in order to see her, because she just moved to Charlotte, and I feel like God just works in mysterious ways, that I told her, I said, so much hatred in my heart for you. I really do. I said, but today I choose to forgive you, because it's more of a burden on me than it is. Like, you don't even remember half the things that you even done to me, and the other half you don't forgave. But to me, it's been weighing down, because it's hatred of seed that I carry. When I hear your name, when I think about you, it bothers me. And she apologized, and she broke down, and she really apologized. Some of the stuff she still, went to take the accountability that I would have liked her to take. Because she was like, I didn't treat you differently. I don't think I treated you differently. And I'm like, you can't heal what you don't reveal. But we're in a better space, and I chose that. I choose to forgive her.
Okay. Now, I just got a text to go back to the foursome. Now, with the foursome situation, right? I'm talking about two brothers having an altercation about who is going to have intercourse with you, who is going to be sexy. Right? I guess that's what it was.
No.
That wasn't what it was?
Mm-mm.
One was hogging it more than the other one?
My guy had came. I did
Okay.
it. His brother did it. So we was like, we'll just go finish it in another room. He didn't like that.
Oh, he didn't like that the brother wasn't finished.
I wasn't finished, and his brother wasn't finished. So he didn't like the fact that we decided that we was going to finish each other in another part of the room.
So the boyfriend was slim slow, and the other brother was slim fast.
That part.
Okay. Now, the real question that I have is, how do you separate sex from your emotions? Because it has to be separated during those periods and times. Because we know, like, a lot of people are emotionally driven when it comes to sex. So how was you able to separate that?
Because I didn't really care for him then. When I was in my early 20s, I didn't care for nobody like that. Like, it was just it was fun for me. Like I said, I could say we together, but and then when you allow that, I really lost the little bit of feeling, an inkling, a feeling that I had was gone. I was like, Lord, is that you?
Nah, but I can relate to that though, because sometimes, you don't have to have feelings for a person just to have what you want.
Mm-hmm.
But even with that, like, that is easier for a man than it is for a woman a lot of times to just have sex freely and not be emotionally tied. A lot of times women become emotionally tied, especially if they have been having intercourse with a man more than once.
Mm-hmm.
So
that is true.
So this is the, like, why I was asking that, because I don't know how many times you had sex with him, because obviously the foursome wasn't the first time. Now, the foursome was not the first time. So being that it was not the first time, how did you separate that emotional bond at that moment? Like, you wasn't into him from the beginning. You just wanted to sex him. You just wanted to sleep with him. What was the situation?
Well, I had, from the things that I had already been through and already losing my virginity, and then a lot of letdowns, guys not really, of course, how could they? We're teenagers. They don't really know what they want. I don't blame none of them. But, I had kids. I had kids at 18, and I had kids at my second at 19. So this is at 21. So I'm already, in my own little bubble, because I just got out of something like serious with my kid's father. So therefore, I'm not trying to fall in love. I'm still trying to figure out, or me and him gonna work out sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So everybody else became rebounds. The emotional distress that I got out with my kid's father didn't allow me to love or care for somebody immediately, because I still had loved him. Like, this is 2010, yeah. So I still had loved my kid's father, and that year we were really just pulling apart. Like, we were separated to no point of no return. So it was just seeing where it went. If it went somewhere, cool. If it didn't, I was perfectly fine with that. And my friends always tell me, like, you like a dude, like you, and you could just hit it quit. And I'm just like, because, like, I've been through a lot in a very young age. I know a lot of these men just want the same thing, so let's just get that out the way.
Wow. Now, being the fact that you have been experiencing different levels of relationships, how much more do you respect a man that tells you, I just want to, bend you over? What was,
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
um, yes, sis, what I'm saying? Some of these questions, my sister, she knows me. Um, how much more do you respect a person for their honesty? And do you feel that people should be more honest with that? I'm talking about with females, because a lot more females just want sex as well, not the relationship part nowadays.
Listen, I respect a man 110 million% when he just say, "Look, I don't want nothing else," because I'm really big on, as I'm getting older and I'm seeing how this world is going, I'm big on my time. So don't waste my time, like, because 9 times in 10, first of all, women think about sex way more than me. So if you just be honest with me, give me that opportunity to say, well, then damn, this is what I wanted too. Or, nah, I'm good. Like, a lot of men don't want the rejection of a woman saying no. And they don't understand the rejection may be no that day, but y'all exchange numbers, it might be yes tomorrow. It's just women we respect. They was like, oh, it's a lot of, I have friends, and we talk about this all the time, that if men are just honest with us, they can get a lot more. If you say, look, I don't want a relationship with you, but I want to take you out sometime. We can travel the world. It's be cool. Fuck sometime. Have sex from time to time.
Are you good?
Girls would be like, well, fuck, I didn't want that either. I just got out of a marriage,
Mm-hmm.
It's really important for them to just for men to just say it. Just say what it is. Say what it is. Women, not to speak bad about us, but a lot of women are gullible and naive. Like, you could tell a woman, I don't want to be with you, but you can treat her like you do. And in her mind, he wants to be with me, even though this man told you, because we go off of, when you say you don't want to be with us, we go off your actions. When you tell us you want to be with us, but show us you don't, we go off your words. We complicate it. So it's like, a man really can get anything he wants by honesty.
That's interesting. Now, how do you detox your body from casual sex and going into a relationship? Like, a lot of things that I have read says that women become soul tied to individuals because of being in different sexual experiences. How do you detox yourself from that? Is it the vaginal cleanse? They do the veggie cleanse thing or whatever.
Well, first of all, I use protective. I protect myself during sex. That's for one. But for two, like, if I don't really have issues. If I do, I use like boric acid. But I'll be abstinent. It's points of time when I just feel like I don't want it, because that soul ties is true. That is very true. I'll be abstinent. Like, when my fiance now, I was abstinent when we met. I was just done with everything. I was just like, okay, God, I'm gonna give it to you. I've already wrote down what I wanted a man. Here you go, and I can sit back and wait, not knowing that my fiance would be the guy that I met at the airport Black Friday on the way to see another guy. So.
Okay.
But I personally, I become abstinent if I want to detox, and if I'm not, I'm grown. Like, if I'm just dating, and if I want to have sex with somebody, I will. Like, we're all adults here. I hate when people are like, girl, you the biggest hoe. Shut up. Like,
Right. Now, do condoms throw off the pH balance for females? Like, is there because they say they leaves condom smells down there.
everybody's different. Every vagina is different. Mine's personally, there's only one condom that throws off my pH, and that's Magnums. It's because it's over lubricated with whatever they use, and it always throws my pH balance off. If I use Lifestyles, Durex, whatever, I'm perfectly fine. But the moment the Magnum comes on, BB, coochie stinking.
Oh damn. Oh damn. So shout out to the sugar daddy of Southern Soul. Brother Hubbard is in the building. Now, and I don't know how to say this, but a Durex and a Magnum, those of us who are, what I'm saying, who have had those experience with condoms before in their life, they know that the Magnum is for the size, the bigger size, and the Durex is for the ones that pee on their ball. So you prefer the smaller gentleman over a larger gentleman.
No, it's really the emotion of the ocean. It's really not about size. I've had all different types of sizes. I've had some that was just completely too big and it hurt like heck and they didn't know what to do with it. And they thought because it's big, let me go harder, and it was not pleasurable. I've had really one that was so small that it wouldn't go in. I could just had to grind on it. And I've had some that were just in between. That could they could do his job and some that couldn't. It just really depending on what they know how to do with it. Some men know how to work a woman's body. It's really about angles, because if you're doing straight on top, straight dog, straight missionary, that's not really. I need a little hit to the curve, like doggy style. Put your leg up, put my head there, arch your back some. Hit the spot, you know.
Okay. I see my brother rubbing his head. He got nothing to say. He's stuck over there.
No. I'm trying to picture something.
Hey. and he calls himself the backdoor Santa, so I don't know why he quiet.
I can't, and this is no disrespect to, the teeny weeny peeny beanies. You know what I mean? I just don't see how a woman can see she has pleasure with a smaller size penis. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's like, how you know he's in there? How does he know he even in there? And then it's like, if he tries to pull out or try to back up to get a motion, he's already out. You understand what I'm saying? He's out before he's even know he's even in. So I just can't picture, you know what I'm saying, the any beanie peeny meanie. I don't understand. I can't see a woman being satisfied by teeny tiny. You either got to be on top most of the time. You got to be on top to be in control, because I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, damn, I don't know. I can't picture that.
Okay, I'm asking you a question. What do you consider small? Like how many inches you consider small?
We don't know.
Shit. Hell, listen. I guess I'd have to say a nub. Shit. A damn nub. If you can't go past 2 inches, shit. That's short.
Right. So that is
2 to 4 inches, you short.
That is small, but an average man, most men are anywhere between 5 to 8 inches. That's an average of most men. So 5 is kind of that's like teenage, but from that 6, 7, and 8 spectrum, you can work with that. And if you got girth too, now if it's just that size and skinny, it's like a little pencil. I call them needle dig. But anyway. But if you get that spectrum of girth, you okay with it.
Okay, but I'm okay now. Let's look position wise. Where are you at in the position?
It's different types of position. You can be on top, like I said. You can put that leg up. You can hit it from the side. It's different types. You could do missionary, but your legs back wide open. I don't know. It's just different ones that you can do. Look, he over there with a black mamba, so he like, I don't know, because I just lazy.
I'm just saying, you got to grab him.
Because see, now you're talking about the positions of the medium size to the big size. He's talking about the ones that pee on their balls. Like that's what he's trying to figure out. What do you do with the ones that pee on their balls?
Well, I only one like that, and I told you I had to I was just like on top, just I didn't feel
that. There you go. That's what I'm saying.
That was crazy. I was just, but I was young and he was paying bills, so I was trying to shut up. But I was playing my position like a shortstop. So got that la boca, okay? I didn't say nothing.
Okay. Now, it's funny and it's not funny. So what did you do? You put the little teeny thing on the clit, and then you just ride it out?
That was with him, it was just it was just more just grinding. It was just grinding. Like it was nothing else could be done because it wouldn't go in. It was just a grinding motion. Like
So it felt like you was bumping coochies.
Now my thing is,
basically,
how in the world did he have a condom?
Look, let me say, the condom kept sliding off, and it's always I got the guys who do not need a magnum. They want to put a magnum on. If you don't get this baggy Maggie out of here, right. Why is you? Oh, I'm a magnum. I'm like, and I'm so open. So just imagine I'm open in the bedroom. I do not care. I don't have a filter. So they're like, oh, I got a magnum. I don't know why you don't need one. Like, you might give me nothing. Here, take this Durex. Take this.
Okay.
Because dudes be trying it. Oh, I ain't even got no protection. Oh, I do.
Now, if you have a small slack in the cup, if the man has a small penis and he whips it out all proud, what is your reaction like?
What do you think my reaction is? We're talking about me. What do you think I'm gonna do?
You go to that's so nice.
I'm gonna bust out laughing. First of all, and I'm saying, hey Fredo, let me see where's the rest of it.
Listen, just try it out. Just go kiss him in the mouth and blow and see if it,
Now look, I've had some men that were growers and not showers. So it was stop, okay, for real, stop playing. They were like, no, for real, he gonna come up, and then it would grow. That growing is so real. Some men are just not showing.
My cousin boy said you be hitting it with bless your heart.
Oh, he is so cute. Yes, it is. He's so cute. Look at your baby. Look at baby. I ain't messing with y'all.
Hey, I'm saying, these are conversations. Like, a lot of times people feel like these conversations don't be had, or these are the conversations that individuals have, but they have it exclusively with one or two people, right? Now, we're talking about this type of subject. How do you give a man of his stature, very small stature, head? Is it like a tic tac, or?
First of all, I already told you head was not my thing. You call me childish. I'll do anything. My friend be like, you'll eat ass. Like I run a joke doing stage that I would eat ass before I suck dick. Like it wasn't my fiance now. He gets it on. It's not the first time I'm being engaged. I like giving him head. I like to do it. But with anybody else, I didn't.
Now,
so it fits. Man, I got a woman.
Now that's hold on 1 second, Kay. I got to get this out.
Yeah.
You rather eat a man's ass than give him head?
Giving head is so you don't know because you don't give head. You don't know how hard it is. You got to drop your throat back, expand your jaws, open your mouth wide. Sometimes it's like a little whistle board, like no, it was just too much. I do it, but it wasn't a go-to.
What do a man get out of you eating his ass?
It feel good. I know how mine feel. So.
Oh, you like your ass ate too?
Yes. The first time I had it done, I was 16, the back of a Thunderbird, and I remember jumping like, "What you doing?" He like, "Chill, Dre. I got you." He's a college student, and he was like, "I got you. Just let me do what I'm gonna do." I was like, "Okay then."
Okay then. Okay then. Okay.
In all hindsight, I mean, being serious now, as a young
lady, I was serious.
No. I'm just saying, as a young lady growing up, being promiscuous as you was and open, and you said you always use protection, but was there ever a thought in mind? Because even though we know all types of contraceptives and protections out there, STDs and other diseases are out there. Were you ever fearful in mind of that for yourself at one point in time?
So you never asked me, did I have an STD? Yes, I had a chlamydia trip by my kid's father, 2008. Sure did. My whole pregnancy, I'm perfectly fine. Messing with him, I'm dibbling dabbling at this point. I'm calling myself moving on with this new guy I'm dating and stuff. When we dating a couple of months and stuff, I'm still going back to my kid's father, who was knowing his raw dog Ram, and because he liked to do stuff raw. And yeah, he gave me chlamydia and trick. Not only did he give me chlamydia and trick, I'm on to my new dude. So when I'm in a relationship, whatever, we don't use protection. If I'm with my new dude, I don't give it to him. Come to find out he's still back and forth with his baby mama. He don't give it to her. It's been a whole. He got 4 people off of one infection that's gonna be passed around.
Oh my goodness.
So, and I'm just, with that, how did that make you feel? Understanding that, listen, did that have a change of moment for you in your choice as far as how you have sex with people?
Well, like I said, I always use protection. So to be able to know who I got it from is one thing, and to go into it with my, a new dude. And the one thing I did change is making sure if we didn't use protection, they got tested first, then not use. Because I just got tested. What's today? 2 days ago, I just got retested. I go every 3 to 4 months. So it's like, if we're gonna not use protection, I need to see your test results. You need to see mine, so we can go, go about it. What's going to happen?
Condoms, we know condoms are just bridges for crabs. Now, they are like, there is no protection from crabs. Like, there's everybody that's being a hunted. You can be with a person. Oh, you can see crabs. But if you go down there, you can see them.
Damn sure feel them.
Let me tell you this real quick. My mother, and when we was younger, she always said, it's not the baby that I'm worried about, it's what you can catch, you can't get rid of, so protect yourself. She drilled that in our heads, mostly mine, in my head so much that you weren't about to just come over here and just do me all willingly. All my friends, they'll tell you, Andrecia about to suck your thing, and she gonna have some condoms for you. Now, was I always 100% protective? No. You're in relationships, you're dealing with somebody, you open yourself, but 9 times out of 10, if I'm just having casual sex, I'm not just about to have sex, you're gonna protect it. I'm just no.
Now, whoa, this has been a very interesting episode. Now, and I've been looking forward to this here. You see my brother looking crazy over there.
You ask your name, I'm good. I got stories of my own, but this ain't my interview.
You tell.
Now, when you had did a episode on your Instagram about eating coochie, right? Those who can should do, and those who can't shouldn't do. What do you mean by those who can should do and those who can't should?
Eating coochie is an art. And one thing when it comes to licking vagina, every woman is different. Some like them suck, some like them lick, some like them lick and suck at the same time. It's an art, A lot of men want to go into the hole. When you go straight to my hole, I know you don't know what you're doing, because we don't get stimulation from that. We get, from the clitoris. So It's like, and if you don't, I wouldn't say shouldn't do, I would say more so be willing to learn. Because some men, I'm gonna be honest, my fiance now, it's probably a little TMI, we'll talk about that later, but when we first, he was like, yeah, I can get ahead of this. And I'm excited. I'm like, yeah, we got in there. He did not know what he was doing. And I was like, look, I'm not the last woman. I don't like my coochie licked like that. I don't like it licked at all. You got to suck on my thing. And he just couldn't grasp it. But the sex is bomb. So it's like, to get the head, let's go straight to sex. But he just didn't grasp. Now he's listened to me more. And I'll demonstrate on you. I'll take your nipple and I'll demonstrate the feeling that I personally like. And I need you to mimic the same thing I just did, mimic that the same way. And he's better now, but in the beginning.
So you're a nipple sucker?
No, because he don't like his nipples sucked, but I will show you. I don't like sucking nipples either. I can't, I think that, I ain't saying this gay, but it's weird to me when a dude be like, oh, suck my nipples. I'm like, what? This is a different men bring out different things and vice versa.
Yes, Lynn, I'm trying to be mature about this content right here, my sister. Yes, I am. Because I want to say a whole lot more.
Hey, we
But
grown. We grown.
yeah, we grown. But I get the blushing, and then I won't be able to say what I want to say.
Look,
Now,
look, your brother been quiet just about the whole entire episode.
No,
won't say.
listen, I'm good. I'm good because what you was listen, like I said, I relate to a lot of what you're saying, and I'm good. I don't have to ask too many questions that you already given an explanation on. And then, like I said, the most important thing was the health consumers, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And the fact that I mean, if I was to get if I like I said, if I was to sit down and talk about my story, we'd have a whole, mini series. But I'm not gonna do that. So I'm just saying it's all right. Now you talk about eating ass, licking the coochie, all the other stuff, the fillet, whatever. I mean, this is a grown close conversation. It's whatever the flavor. But the thing is, a person will never be satisfied truly unless their mindset is taken in that position first. Because you
Yeah.
can have sex with somebody all day long, but you ain't feeling it up here, so it's not really pleasurable. It's just a moment of happening. Like I used to say, and then I said like this here: if you can f my mind, then you're gonna get the best sex from me. Because if
And
you blow my mind, I'm gonna blow your back. That's just what I'm saying.
and
I'm just being real honest.
no,
You know what I'm
no,
saying?
right, because over the time I became more of a sapiosexual. So it's like having like just random sex that doesn't happen anymore. That's a lot of things I've done in like my early 20s, mid 20s, but my last like in the 20s and 30s, I've been in like committed relationships. So it was like when I was abstinent before I met my fiance now, it wasn't something when we met, I told him I was abstinent. Like, but we just everything was just so good, and he was like, you know, if I make you my wife, it's okay. We can wait until we can be celibate until we're married. I said, whoa. I got to test drive my car before I drive off the lot. I know about you, but I would not get the wedding day and that thing look like this. So I'm with you on that. I'm more of a sapiosexual because you just seeing a fine man. Like I think both of you guys are very attractive, but just seeing you is not going to make me be like, oh, I want to. No, I'm more like, what can you do for me mentally?
So
So
and also with that, do you believe in doing a mental and physical cleanse of yourself before even dealing? Like you said, I know you did the abstinence, but did you feel like you had to go through your own mental and physical process of cleansing you before even dealing with the next relationship?
Oh yes, most definitely. When I went abstinent, they weren't just a physical like vagina thing. That was everything. Taking away the good, the bad, and the ugly. I have to make sure I'm right because a lot of us as women and people, we get into relationships hoping for them to make us happy and them to make us better. Nobody's supposed to make you happy. They're supposed to add to your happiness. You must already come happy, come prepared. Come with your baggage together because we all got baggage, but at least have it nice and packed with a bow, not just scattered everywhere. So that was very important to me. And like I said, I was dating, but nobody was mentally there. And I knew at the place I was at that I still, I was looking for a certain thing, and I had to give my life back to Christ, and I'm still saved. And people feel like because when you're saved, you can't have a dope conversation and talk about what you want to talk about. That's not it. And I let that lets me know they don't read the Bible. And I don't judge. I'm like, okay, say what you want, but I know the spiritual relationship we had. I know where I'm going when I die. So,
Well, I know we're coming to the end, right? But I would need to get this question out. What do religion have to do with sex? Like, let's be honest. Like, a lot of times people talk about, you know what I'm saying, different things, and if you're doing this, you're going to go to hell. Like, what do sex have to do with religion? Like, I know that there's a lot of oh Lord Jesus and oh God and all that be going on, but what is it about that makes people think that they can coordinate that with sex? Like,
you know,
I don't get that.
that's a good question to me. That's why I stopped doing religion, go spiritual. Because when people actually, like I said, read whatever they read, you would know that no sin is greater than others. So me going here fornicating, you telling a lie, we're equal in God's eyes. So I don't understand what that has to do. I mean, I know what form as in what's written it talks about, but it's just a whole bunch of really judgmental people not knowing what they're talking about to me.
Because I was I was told that in the Bible it says that a man and woman's bedroom shouldn't be, you know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be off limit. Yeah, undefiled or whatever the case may be.
What they
So
do? Oh yeah.
what they do in there, they do. And my very last question is: you actually stick your tongue in an ass?
I do. I do. I do. I not as far up like my whole tongue, but just like enough to penetrate a little bit, just a little
So
bit.
he actually wind up telling you, say, go ahead and eat the cake, anime.
Yeah, but guys can't tell me that I have to be the one to ask and I have to be the one to bring it up. If you tell me that you like that or you want that, I'm not doing it.
It throws you off.
You might as well give it a training because I don't really think you straight. Like it's my mind is messed up when it comes to that. I don't know. I don't.
And you telling me that you licked the ass, but you never fingered it or anything else?
Oh, you ain't asked that? Yes, I
Oh,
have.
I need 15 more minutes, Kay. I mean, 10 more minutes on this one.
Let's get it.
You fingered a man ass?
Yes, the first one, my first fiance. Well, he's my second, but my second fiance, I did. The one I say a year when I first licked his ass, it was like this little dildo thing that I had bought, and it was probably like this big, but it came with a little finger thing. He was like, "You're not using that on me, but you can use the finger thing." So I was like, "Okay." So I would, lick his ass, and I would do that, and then I would like front and back, like. Now a lot of men are not into that. The fingers, a lot of men are not into that. I've realized that I'm not really like I'm growing. Like I'm with a man's man now. He ain't doing none of that. Like don't touch, don't lick, don't touch, don't grab, don't. He was like, yo, you gotta stop playing because I'm still going. I'm smacking whatever. He jump. He like, yo.
I'm a nature man. You know what I'm saying? I'm nature. Shit comes out the ass. I don't go in ass. That's nasty. I don't care how clean you wipe it, swipe it, cotton balls, alcohol, whatever. That's ass. When you fart, that's some excretion.
But what is shit? What is literally what is shit?
It's what you eat and it's what you digest, and then what comes out, the bad part, what comes out. Going in it, nah. That's an exit only. That's exit only.
So if you look at it as just unprocessed food that your body won't digest, then it's just. I just now I don't, I'm not thinking about shit when because shit is really only in the rectum when you have to go. Other times it's not down there.
Now, if you in the process of licking sticking, I'm gonna put it that way, licking sticking on the booty, and the man gets so excited and he fart in your mouth. Now what happened then?
I'm a
don't hold your head down, damn it. We grown. You got 8 minutes. Don't you go nowhere. I told you now. You wanted to wind this doll up. Here it is. Let's go.
That's nasty because you can feel a fart about to come. Now sometimes you been over too far and it's kind of slide. But no. I'm thinking purpose. I'm gonna hit you in your balls. It's the first time I hit.
Well, you gonna hit him in the balls, but but you was going downtown for the brown.
I don't care. You feel a fart come out, man. You feel a fart come out. You got to push a little bit. And if it slip out like that, your booty hole loose, and we definitely can't do nothing. No.
Now, my question is, how can this booty hole not be loose? Now, first of all, are you one fingering or two fingering the booty?
One, and it's a thumb. And if I can get all this, yeah, you a little too wide because your butt is like a vacuum seal anyway. It sucks. It's like it's really tight. So
okay.
Pushing close. Push out, close it out. That's it. There ain't no come in. No, hell no. Wow, that's the reason
the
why
store closed.
Stay the hell away.
The store closed when they leave out. Soon as the store closed.
Well, actually, if it's kind of loose, it kind of like it retracts back to what it's supposed to be. Now, sometimes if you're doing it on the regular, it is still. Some people have it loose. Some people, I've had some gay dudes tell me that their butts are really loose because they're constantly, doing it. It's like if you're constantly doing it, yes, it's going to be loose.
Well, you're gonna have a shit problem. You're gonna have to walk around with a colostomy bag or something.
Some of them do. Some of them have to use like little butt plugs they walk around all day with it in because it's that wide. Like a vagina. Vagina is meant to stretch open to have me, right? but it
Absolutely.
back, but it never gets back to that size that it really was before. I don't know. I mean, that's what, anatomy says. I had all C-section, so I never had that issue. But a lot of people, your vagina stretches and it goes back, but it don't go as tight as it once was.
Right.
Now, okay. I know like some dudes have an issue with kissing a woman after they swallow, right? Now, after a woman stick their tongue in her ass, have you ever had an individual be like,
Well, to be
mm.
kissing is very intimate to me. So a lot of, I don't really kiss like that, or me doing that. I don't want to kiss a dude. I don't do that to a dude. I don't disrespect them like that.
Oh, so you don't, after you eat his ass, you don't kiss him?
Mm-mm.
What, you give him a high five?
No, we just don't kiss. Like I just, if he, my head, or if he's coming in, because it's just. But usually I'm wiping my mouth off originally.
I hope you go brush your teeth and goggle.
I just after I'm done, because
No.
it would start with that, and then we reverse to give me head because I'm already.
Did you say you cleanse with boric acid?
Yeah. Yeah. She did. I was trying to get back to that.
You said you wipe with boric acid.
Well, no, boric acid cleanse my vagina. It's a pill that goes up in your vagina and it clears your pH out.
Oh, I ain't never heard that before.
Yeah, no. Yeah. When you said boric acid, I said, Lord have mercy.
Yes, boric acid.
That's some coochie.
It's
you
for
can
women.
Keep. You got boric acid punani. You can keep that.
Look, no, you hear the acid, you like but no, it's for women pH balances. A lot of women don't even know pH. I mean, it cleanses it like no tomorrow. It's perfect.
So do it give us the snatch back so they don't have to use the vinegar anymore?
Vinegar ain't really been used in a long time, but some people still use it, that damn douche. But it cleanses your vagina if you have a bacterial infection. It take care of that. Like a doctor will tell you, like my doctor will tell you, okay, you can use boric acid every day. Boric acid is very good. Like I'm glad they came up with that.
Oh wow.
I hope you ain't never used that when you was actually having sex. Look like bubble, like Alka-Seltzer being put inside you and caught bubbling.
No, don't bubble up.
You be looking like you got some possessed punani.
Look, it comes in a pill form. Like it look like you could take it something
like a suppository.
No, but it comes like a pill. It looks like a pill. But the acid is in it, so it's a plastic capsule. The stuff is in it. You insert it into your vagina. They'll tell you to do it at nighttime because everything's in it. It cleanses it and it pushes it down. So you have a panty liner on, so all the stuff can flow out in your panty liner, and your vagina is like back to new. You can use it all day, every day. If you have if you have a bacterial infection, you use it, for a couple of days. It cleanses it out, takes away the smell. A lot of these girls out here can use it because they be coochies be stinking, and I'm gonna tell them.
Oh,
all right.
Now you said the studs coochie be stanky.
No, I said I don't like studs because it looks like that coochie stink. I said, but I had a couple. They really don't. It's just I'm childish.
Okay, I wanted to make sure that I heard it correctly.
I'm like,
close to that time, bro.
Yeah, man, it's about that time. Andrecia, it was a pleasure. I enjoyed this.
Pleasure so much.
I didn't even get to ask you about the acting or anything, but we'll talk about it.
Please come on back.
Please come on back so we can talk more about your episodes.
Here.
Yes. And for those of you who are shocked that we do more than just Southern Soul, you have not been paying attention to Real2reel360.
That's right.
All right.
You want no Southern Soul.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Big bro, you know what time it is.
Absolutely. We want to thank each and everybody for tuning in and chiming in. We also would like to thank our guest host, Ms. Andrecia. Thank you so much for coming on in. And listen, like we tell everybody else, you don't have a home away from home. You have a home right here on the Real2reel360 show. So if there's anything that we can do to help you and anything you got going on, please don't hesitate to call on us. And we definitely want you to come back in so we can talk about your comedy career, your acting career, and all other stuff, enlightenment as well. And it's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
So I don't know, Job, you wanted to hang around for a minute or whatever.
Yeah, definitely hang around after the show for a couple of minutes so we could talk. Also, too, we can talk about this episode.
Okay.
So just
Okay.
Okay.
hang tight. All right, everybody, we out of here like last year. On behalf of my co-host with the most, my brother in God, Josh Shamel Allah, aka Mr. PhD. I am DJ KYs, aka Kato, the Black Superhero. We say peace.
Peace.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, we starting to come to the end of the show. Right now, I want to take the time out and thank our guests for coming on. Also, too, we want to make sure that y'all listening and subscribing and tell a friend and keep sharing because we're going to keep bringing y'all the real content. You know what I mean? So, DJ KYs, my brother, take us up out of here, son.
True indeed, true indeed. I want to give a big shout out to the nation of gods and nurses. To all the human families on the planet Earth, I say peace. But to our subscribers, those who continue to watch and listen to the show each and every time we come on, I give a big shout out of love, peace, and happiness to you. The beast of man, woman, and child of the you and I verse. It's time for us to disperse. We bring the best, not the worst. We thank you once again for tuning in to the Real 360. Bring a friend to hit that like and subscribe so we continue to grow to bring more knowledge and wisdom to you. Upon our show, you make it possible for us to do what we do. Now it's time I end it just the way I bring it.